I believe tools or possibilities that we present today are sometimes really repeating or similar functionality. For example, in terms of OCR, we have Decipher, but there are some other tools that was also presented today. And in terms of orchestration, IADA comparing to RPA supervisor, we give you a lot of possibilities how to do a little bit different way similar topics. But let me go forwards with my topic now. So Blue Prism Cloud offering. So originally, Blue Prism started as automation project by Barclay Bank, and a long time it was just one option available for running Blue Prism platform, and that was on premise. With cloud more and more coming to our lives, we decided also to add support for Blue Prism deployment in the cloud. We are supporting now most of available combinations here. So we support all the platforms, Azure, Google, AWS. In public area, there are some possibilities in private cloud and also in hybrid clouds. But the market is demanding also some more specific solution like managed service and company autonomy built on top of Blue Prism platform in Microsoft Azure, separate offering for Blue Prism as platform as a service and Blue Prism as digital worker as a service. And that was so successful and so interesting for us. So we decided to extend our own portfolio and acquire it company Autonomy. Autonomy in the meantime was rebranded to Blue Prism Cloud offering, not to it's not the same like Blue Prism deployment in the cloud. It's Blue Prism Cloud offering as the managed service. So if we talk about the 3 key properties or what's is a differentiator of this Blue Prism Cloud solution. So it's about a rapid and repeatable deployment where you really are able to scale very fast and also about global reach. So it's not just for one office of your organization, but could be used everywhere. And you don't need to take care about infrastructure footprint. Built on Blue Prism platform, you have frictionless deployment and no integration requirements. And our approach is always to provide code-free development of automations. And Blue Prism platform in the cloud was also adjusted with additional cognitive AIs. So it's about OCR functionalities. It's also about natural language processing and some more. If we talk about the structure of typical organization, you have different functions there, like maybe a shared back office services, then core business operations, front office functions, and you have also different teams or departments that's serving to these functions with own business processes and own business systems. So if you start typically the automation journey, you add to these teams departments also some kind of automations. But mostly it's a siloed way where you have just teams working separately with their processes, with their own more or less digital workers. And with help of virtual workforce provided in the cloud, Blue Prism Cloud, you can really change the picture to one digital workforce serving to all these departments and with central component that helping you to utilize and maximize utilization of all resources and provide most of the value. What is exactly Blue Prism Cloud offering? As I said before, it was built on a Blue Prism platform, so it's a Blue Prism runtime environment and also Blue Prism Design Studio and workflow that you still use. But that's also some of components that was developed by Autonomy to make the use of the robotic platform more comfortable and to provide that a better way as a service. There are following components existing: Hub for managing dashboard and interface, IADA for intelligent scheduling, wireframer, we'll talk a little bit later about it, to help to drive automation most successful way. But it's also a digital worker that's adjusted with or equipped with more advanced technologies out of the box. So it's about translation services, OCR technology, NLP, read, write, and understand, some computer visions, and also additional AI skills. And it's also ability to serve also different channels out of the box, like chatbots, SMS, web forms, different business applications, email, and so on and so forth. So if we talk about software as a service, that means ready to drive, not ready to build. Because if you really start RPA journey, what you going through is first you need to get some RPA licenses, then you have to build infrastructure to get servers, to get operation system licenses, to get database licenses, to set up and organize backup and recovery, monitoring, alerting, to put some analytics on top of solution. That already take 3 to 6 months. Then if you're going to more advanced use cases, then you're going to equip your digital workers with additional technology, with like OCR software or web chat software, email clients, SMS, and so on and so forth. And that takes also additional time, 6 to 12 months. In addition to that, you all know that typically to get some additional technology in your house, you need to go through procurement, certify additional vendor, and that's really a painful process sometimes. In terms of Blue Prism Cloud, you are getting everything from one vendor out of the box, and that's in terms of procurement is a really easy play. And instead of getting to be ready for everything in sometimes between 9 and 18 months, you can start immediately because everything is delivered out of the box. Everything is included immediately. Everything is in cloud infrastructure. You don't need to build itself. So such offering bring you a lot faster to the point where you're starting to generate real business value. So skilled digital worker provided by Blue Prism Cloud is able to read unstructured text, to understand the sentiment of the emails or other kind of documents, is able to interact with applications, with different channels like emails, web forms, chats, and is also able to work with priority of the process and also with service levels, and that in the workflow of your design. Let's talk a little bit more close about additional components that was developed by Autonomy to get a better service to our customers. One of them is, for example, Blue Prism Cloud IADA. IADA stands for Intelligent Automation Digital Assistance, and that's machine learning based orchestration. From functionality perspective, it sounds similar to RPA Supervisor that was presented just before my slot. What is so different, and what is the is additional value that IADA is bringing to your installation? So, especially if you start their RPA journey with just very few processes, at the beginning it's really easy to orchestrate them, to create some kind of scheduling, and also to drive it at the beginning. But if the number of processes is growing and not every process can be scheduled, sometimes you have also event-driven execution, for example, by incoming email or by chat request or by web service request. In addition to that, every process will have probably different SLAs, different priorities, and at some point it will be really difficult to manage all of this the best possible way. And that's where IADA start to bring the real value and will drive utilization more or less of your robots. So it will be easier to get the utilization of 70 plus % if we talk about 24/7 usage. So IADA maintain its own view of work items, looking across not a single queue, but all the queues. Then by assessing assigned value using factors such as business priorities and service level agreements, it will determine the next automation and item that need to run. It's learning also from following perspective, how long it takes to run a specific process. What is response time of different applications to different times of the day? How many transactions are coming to different times? So it's using machine learning to learn when transaction happens, what they cost in terms of time, and how to manipulate them or to put them to the queues the way that it's really going to increase your utilization and help also to arrive best possible execution in SLA and priority perspective. Sorry. One of our customers in financing area is talking about following points about intelligent automation, digital assistant. The number of time that you spend for RP team to manage automation processing in control room was saved by 75%. And the virtual workforce productivity was increased by 34%. That's really huge improve. And also in terms of SLA rules and breaches to SLAs, it's a big help, and this customer is saying that they are not really able to run that anymore different way. Let's talk about Hub. That's another component provided by the Autonomy team and now available as a part of Blue Prism Cloud offering. The first feature that's bringing is support of multi-environment. So if you have several environments across the world and I would like to get all the information collected in one central point, Hub is your solution for that. It's also providing customized dashboard, giving to you more insight about what's going on, about utilization of single robots, and so on and so forth. Providing some environment analytics, and that's everything in web browser. So Blue Prism Cloud Hub is a web-based automation lifecycle management solution. Wireframer is a part of the hub, is allowing to you to automatically or semi-automatically create the business object using best practices recommended by Blue Prism. Automatically creating spying out applications and also creating some typical actions like initiate, close, attach, and so on, best possible way. Process capture, PDD, so automatic creation of PDD documents, helping you to maybe automate a little bit faster. Also, localization could be done easier for language of your choice, and also additional license management capabilities. That's the statement of one of international bank about the hub. My automation team has grown to over 100 and we are pushing out new processes every month. I'm the kind of person who likes to keep their fingers on the pulse of the programs. I'm driving, but I can't easily see the big picture. I can't see exactly how my entire environment is running in real time and what utilization is through a single dashboard. What I need is a way to get better control wherever I am. And that's issues that exactly Blue Prism Cloud Hub was solving for this bank. One more interesting functionality that was developed especially by the autonomy team and now is a part of the portfolio of Blue Prism Cloud is Blue Prism Cloud Interact. Interact is another possibility to interface end users or interaction of end users with workforce. So we are talking about human in the loop, and we was also listening today to Trust Portal and to Service Assist. There are some solutions on the market, and Interact is additional tool in this area, helping you to automate also your front office activities or just to connect employee human workers with digital workers. It's no-code form designer for business users, and if we compare what differentiate Interact from Trust Portal, for example, I would say following. Trust Portal is really a very powerful solution, providing to you ability to create any kind of user interface with best possible customization to, for example, to improve activities in, for example, service center. But sometimes you have just very simple processes where sometimes you need human interaction, and that's not about the best possible human interface. It's more about, okay, how can I do this solution as fast as possible? And in this case, Interact is a really good solution. It's not so I'm not going to say that it's complicated to use Trust Portal, but you need definitely some more knowledge than by Interact. Interact can be really served also by users to create this form and use that immediately in the business process. Also, some statement about Interact or some use cases where it could be used. From international manufacturing, my suppliers are still emailing in their orders overnight. If I could create a form for them to fill in online that initiate the entry direct into our production system, I could remove a mountain of unnecessary paper, pushing and shave hours of our delivery times. Again, we're talking here about problem that could be solved different ways, but Interact is providing to you easier way to solve also issue like this. Or another statement from global insurer, customer call us for advice not be able to put on hold. My contact center agents need to focus on solving customer queries quickly and correctly. It takes them to look long to check all the insurance policy data before being able to give advice and set up changes. My team is going as fast as they can, but we are getting scored low for our customer service. That's also a typical problem for customer service where you not able to act fast enough to keep customer happy. And solutions like Interact or Trust Portal can be really good for solving these issues. We acquired Autonomy around 1 year ago, and all these components, IADA, Hub, and Interact, initially that was available just in this offering of the Autonomy. We are going to make that available also for our on-premise customers, and that's pretty easy in this case. Not really matter if you're running on-premise or in hosted environment, you can connect to your environment Blue Prism Cloud SaaS with IADA, Hub, and Interact, and use that immediately with your platform. And if you're talking about roadmap, it's also planned that in the future, these components will be available also on premise. So Hub and Interact are going to be available on premise already in August timeframe. By IADA, it will take a little bit longer, but we are working also very hard to make it available for our on-premise or hosted customers. So that was my last slide. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions.
Thank you, Michael, for presentation about Blue Prism Cloud, which is new offering from Blue Prism. And there are several questions. One of the questions is how all this can work with ServiceNow. Is there some plan to integrate ServiceNow?
I believe we already have some integration with ServiceNow. At least I heard about this in the last few weeks. If you just check on Digital Exchange, I believe there are also some integration already available there for ServiceNow.
Thank you. Another question or set of questions. Can Interact support also case management? Imagine supplier submitting data through a form. Can the supplier later review the status of such submitted case or edit it? Can there be an exchange of messages captured, tracked in an Interact item? It's it's actually several questions. So
yes, so I'm not sure
yeah,
how
so
to
just
answer.
can Interact support also case management, meaning that you keep the track of what was done to the case, so some history of things.
It could be done. The question is, what is the best technology to realize this functionality? I'm not sure if that's in this case going to be more Trust Portal or Interact. I would more say that's about Trust Portal in this situation.